other disturbing bit of news, coming again on the front page of the Gleaner this morning. As you know, we have a 65% target for our population to be vaccinated by March, December, January, February, March, probably 3.5 months. 3 months, 3 weeks, that's the target, 65%. We're not going to make it. We are now at 19% of the population vaccinated. And you know what is happening? The Gleaner tells us this morning, through a story by Jordana Murphy, plunging take-up of the AstraZeneca vaccine has forced Jamaica's health ministry to scale back procurement of the flagship brand and to fast-track negotiations for swapping out of more than 1 million doses of one-shot Johnson & Johnson amid anemic demand. That paradigm shift suggests a laser focus on prioritizing the Pfizer option, an admission that the administration has had to yield to personal preference and market demand. Dr. Jacqueline Bisesa McKenzie reported that the decrease in the take-up of AstraZeneca has been sufficiently stark to cause health officials to take stock and change course. No. This is a country and already. As a country. All of you get up and talk. And the thing that is certain to assist us, only 19% of the population has decided to cover itself by taking the vaccines. And I think about 21%, based on what I heard the Prime Minister saying in Parliament on Tuesday. It's about 21% of the population who has had a single dose so far. And if they only go in for the second dose, we could be up to, I think, about 40, thereabouts, percent of the population vaccinated. So when new variants start coming, you better not talk. Yeah? Especially you who've chosen not to take any vaccine, you better not talk. You no want to work because the space is not appropriate. There's not enough space for social distancing. And you no want to take the vaccine. What do you want? You want the country to grow? But the efforts to go in for the country to grow, we don't see where the push is being made. I don't think a lot of you understand the assignment. You don't understand what is your contribution to humanity. So here it is, the health ministry has to be recalibrating. You know, every time I hear some of these people talk on the radio, these commentators from the various sectors, and they keep saying, let us do more to push the vaccination and to get the vaccination rate up. And I'm thinking, like, do what more? You can take the horse to the water, you can't force the horse to drink. And that's where we are. We have every vaccine brand we can have. People were gung-ho about Pfizer in the early part when the first batch just came in. And people got up and they complained that we shouldn't have given the Pfizer to the adults, we should give them to the children only so children can return to school. And when the administration recalibrated and said children only, they now have to open it up back to say adults as well. And even with that, we're still having a low take-up. And we're hearing about a fourth wave. I thought that people would be running to the vaccination centers to see if they can get a double dose before a case comes here from Florida, for example, which has the Omicron. But there's little or no movement over the last week since we heard about Omicron. And we're still at 19%. We still don't understand what is our role in protecting all of us and in protecting the economy. We still don't understand that when the hotel sector had to be locked down completely, there were scores of thousands of people, ordinary men and women, who had absolutely nothing to eat because they had to go home. So this misconception that the tourism industry is for deep pocket people, it's a misguided view. I went to a resort and I spoke to a young man at the desk, one of the bellmen on the outside, and he said, "Boy, Mrs. Shields, 3-4 months we had to go home, nothing. It's a good thing this resort gave us a little stipend." And people don't understand what is their part in the equation, which is quite sad and universally selfish, destructively selfish. We still have the health sector where only 50% of the health sector is vaccinated. I cannot compute it. And then when the vaccine task force recommends to the government a vaccination or test policy, the government rejects it. So the government itself doesn't even appear to understand the assignment, because it's afraid that come February, when local government elections are due, as if many people are going to go out for local government elections anyway, the polls not going to look at them favorably. It's a completely mixed-up world we live in. It's not unique to Jamaica, but it gives me no comfort that Jamaica is among the group of people demonstrating such frivolity